Thank you. Thank you very much, all four speakers. You know, it is the second day of this, I think, a historic gathering. All of us are trying to talk with each other and exchange stories of movements and organizing around this question about sustainability. So I'm grateful for the various experiences that you heard and shared with us tonight on this forum. And you know, I'm not making a kind of summary, but you know, it seems to me that many of these folks who have been on the ground for decades, speaking to us about their own experiences and all that, do not forget to talk about youth. Right? That in many ways, all four speakers bring that up as a kind of engagement, point of engagement. And so with that, I'd just like to open up, you know, partly because I see a lot of young people tonight in this crowd. I think more than even our daytime sessions and whatnot. So I'm excited and also grateful for this kind of continuance. I mean, this is about sustainability as well, right? The very sustainability of the movements and the philosophy, as Muto said, that would systemically change the way we deal with our relations to the earth, to land, to landscape, and whatnot. And so with that, you know, well, why don't we take comments or questions from the floor?
I wanted to ask to give Ebrima a chance to take the case a little bit further, because it seems that we're talking about the Arab Spring, and the background is for the last 2 decades in Africa. You have had all sorts of democratic, pro-democracy movements. It seems to me the problem has been that this is also the period when the intensification of the neoliberal regime and the social crisis itself generated mobilization very broadly, but this was channeled into very narrow movements for liberal democratic change. The result of this is, in terms of any confrontation with capital, with any real social progress, is in fact we've seen an intensification of neoliberal policies like privatization of water, you know, extraction of rents, of all sorts and so on. And so how do we project these new actions? I mean, okay, my brother Mamdou will talk about Egypt as well, but the social crisis is also an important dimension of this. And I think we should just elaborate what it is that is holding back these movements from, say, direct action, in the case of MST, and so forth.
No, certainly. I think that really is the issue. There's the broader context is that one, which is what the case also illustrates in the sense that everything is commercialized. and liberalization processes have, I think got much deeper, touching every sector of the economy. What has been absent, social policies and social, the fact that, we used to say in Africa we have traditional solidarity mechanisms, which have been functioning, but the depth of the crisis has made them ineffective in a lot of instances. And I think we need to look, how elsewhere social issues, social policies have been framed that help in accompanying the whole transformation process. In other words, there's just, it was presented as if there was a tension, a trade-off between having economic growth on the one hand and having a social policy on the other hand. We've seen a number of experiences in which that has been proven wrong. It's possible to have transformative social policies, and in the literature today, it's more and more about transformative social policy. I think what happened in the cities of Senegal and in most African cities and in the rural areas is actually an abandonment of, anything that has to do with welfare, that has to do with people's, well-being in a sense, in favor of, the competition is about attracting foreign investments. It's about, having higher growth rates and so on. The state has completely abdicated when it comes to social protection. And the neoliberal, the companies, their primary concern is not necessarily to create jobs, is to make profit. So they employ the minimum number of people they can employ to make the maximum of profit. And I think that's where the attention should be focused also in a sense. Now, how do you take that reaction against the manifestation of all those policies in a rethinking of the entire paradigm and the entire way of managing social and political and economic affairs of the country? I think that's where the effort should be directed over the coming years.
MST, can I ask you a question, please? So, this is slightly a provocation. So, I'm trying to provoke you. So, okay. I've done quite a bit of work on land movements, including Islam. Now, the MST is the most, in the last 10 years, at least 10 years, 12 years, is the most highly projected landless people's movement in the world, I think. Apart from some marches that I saw in India, which mobilized big marches and so forth. And it's highly projected and involved in direct action, and also, as we have described, has been able to go beyond the sort of land recuperation, reclamation, and begins to define a future agenda, so food sovereignty and so on. This is all very interesting. But it's not the most extensive in proportion. It has been successful, but it has been, is it co-opted by the ruler? Is it? Why can't it go further?
Uma boa pergunta e vou tentar colocar algumas questões. É claro que nos últimos 20 anos, a partir dos anos 90, começa um processo acelerado de modernização da agricultura brasileira. E esse processo acelerado de modernização da agricultura entra em cena as grandes empresas transnacionais. E no final dos anos 90, início do ano 2000, elege-se o presidente Lula. A expectativa com a eleição do presidente Lula é que o compromisso que o Partido dos Trabalhadores tinha, o PT, com a reforma agrária, fosse implementado. E a eleição do presidente Lula é um esforço desde os anos 50, dos últimos 50 anos, de eleger alguém que tivesse compromissos de luta popular. O que sucede-se? Que com a eleição do presidente Lula, todo o programa que o PT construiu no período anterior foi modificado. E o governo Lula não tinha uma correlação de força suficiente para fazer aquelas promessas eleitorais. Entre elas, o Lula falou que com uma canetada, se não uma caneta, poderia fazer um grande processo da reforma agrária. Isso não é verdadeiro. Por que não é verdadeiro? Porque terra é capital, terra é propriedade. E essa terra está concentrada na mão da burguesia nacional e das grandes transnacionais. Então, nessa perspectiva, o nosso movimento continuou lutando, fazendo acampamento, fazendo ocupações. E nos últimos 10 anos, a economia brasileira também começa a crescer. Entra um novo ciclo de desenvolvimento. E esse novo ciclo de desenvolvimento, por um lado, gera muito emprego. Então, boa parte dos camponeses que no período anterior participavam dos acampamentos, das ocupações do MST, e na medida que a reforma agrária para, vão buscar outras alternativas de trabalho. E não fica esperando mais nos acampamentos até que se desaproprie uma área e faça assentamento. Para você ter uma ideia, em média, uma família se assentar no Brasil demora 10 anos de luta. É muito tempo para ficar esperando. Então, nessa perspectiva, o cenário atual é mais difícil para o MST. Por que é mais difícil? Porque a economia cresce e gera emprego. Parte dos camponeses vão buscar alternativa de emprego na medida em que as lutas são muito prolongadas para conseguir uma vitória. E, por outro lado, em função que esse processo de modernização da agricultura, a reforma agrária, ela continua sendo uma alternativa isolada, na medida que o governo não tem uma proposta clara de assentar. Então, nesse cenário, a nossa leitura política qual é que é? É um novo período que a gente precisa se estruturar e organizar para acumular força, para resistir, e nós só vamos resistir organizando o que nós conquistamos, para que quando o cenário se altera, a gente tenha força para dar o passo seguinte. Então, vamos viver no Brasil um longo período de resistência e um longo período para a gente acumular força e, quando alterar a correlação de força, fazer transformações maiores.
Yo también soy miembro del MST. Cuando Lula toma el poder, no hay cambios profundos en el país. En América Latina es necesario cambiar las leyes, porque las constituciones, aún las más modernas, están hechas para que gobierne la burguesía nacional. Si los presidentes que tienen ideas progresistas, al tomar el poder, no modifican esas leyes, no hacen plebiscitos populares para cambiar la Constitución no tienen poder para hacer los cambios profundos que necesita América Latina. Un ejemplo, Lula critica en un momento de su gobierno cómo los senadores de Brasil reciben un salario tan alto cuando hay tantas necesidades en su pueblo. Al otro día, el Senado aprobó aumento de salario. Esa fue la respuesta a un comentario del presidente. Entonces, realmente él no tenía poder para hacer estos cambios que eran necesarios y no utilizó la fuerza popular que alcanza, por lo menos en su primer mandato, para lograr estos plebiscitos y estos cambios. Había muchos compromisos ya también para adquirir el poder y las manos estaban atadas. Por eso no se logra el objetivo inicial.